They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn, and most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention, there's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather. Weirds of a feather.
I guess we'll just get into it. We don't have a creative, fun little...
You can't even think of the next word.
I'm just like, I have something I need to tell you about my morning, and I just want to get into
Let's get going.
I'm like exploding with conversations, and I can't think about anything else, but I just want to tell you about how my morning went, and it wasn't well.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay.
Welcome to all right,
Two Weirds of a Feather.
Take it down 4 notches.
I'm like,
Lower,
I feel like I'm...
lower. I'll do it. Welcome to Weirds of a Feather, an AuDHD-Adjacent podcast.
I'm Kristin.
And I'm your host, Grace.
I'm glad we did that.
Yep.
Okay.
Very professional. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we're going to, first of all, we have to say, we're just doing segs today, just segs. We have no, I'm not going to say this information isn't helpful, but we do like a little educational piece, and that is just not going to happen today.
Yep, just us talking a bunch.
Being uneducated.
Yeah, no education went into this conversation.
Yeah. Can I please tell you about my morning?
Please.
I cannot not tell you about this.
You're bursting with this story.
I've been waiting all morning to tell you about my morning. It didn't go well.
All right, tell me about that
morning. I got to
morning.
tell you a backstory for the listeners mostly.
Tell me that morning.
So, today, recording day. Big deal to get out of the house, you know. My boyfriend and I, we both came down because your husband and my boyfriend are having a little bro day, and that's adorable.
Yeah, they're in the shop.
Ah, making spoons.
Doing woodworking.
Not spooning, but just making spoons.
Or spooning while they make spoons. That'd be cute.
That would be cute.
Sensual.
Ah. And so my boyfriend, we had a little conversation because we're both kind of getting out of the house, a problem for both of us. And so last night we made a plan. We set like 3 alarms. We're like, we are going to get out of the house early. We're ready. We have a plan. Okay. That was the plan. Backstory, we've combined households. So now there are 2 cats and 2 people living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's quite tight. My cat, Snickers, 11-year-old cat with anxiety and IBS.
Just like you.
Yeah.
She takes after her mother.
And does not do well with others, I guess. His cat is a 1-year-old, like, long-haired mix of some sort, and has spent most of his life in a household with, like, 6 large dogs and 1 murderous bird. And there were 2. That's a different story.
Did one murder the other?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
It's a different
story.
I was joking. No, I wasn't joking. It's a story for a different day.
Please save that story, though, because I do want to hear it.
It's not my story to tell.
Well, when he comes on the podcast, we'll have to have him tell it.
It's not my story to tell, but yeah, it's a murder bird. This cat thinks he's a dog, has not met another cat, and doesn't understand cat language. So we're off to a good start.
Unlike
right?
you.
Yeah. So because Snickers has IBS, we're like in this process of like retraining her how to use a litter box. So she's kind of, what we've been doing is like, we've separated them, and then she's in the bedroom with the new box, with the new litter. It's going well. But we still are very like uptight, and we're like constantly monitoring, like, has she pooped? Has she peed? It just like, this cat is going to give me a heart attack. I'm so stressed over it. So she didn't poop all yesterday, and we were very concerned. We're very concerned. It hasn't used the litter box. So we go to bed. I wake up at like the ass crack of dawn because I hear scratching, and I'm like, oh my God, if she goes on the carpet, I will lose my mind. And I get up, I'm like looking under the bed, I'm looking for the cat, and then I look in the litter box, I'm like, oh my God, there's pee in there. I was really excited. So I go out and I'm like, I got to get the scoop. And then I was going to bring her in her wet food because she gets a little bit of, that's where her IBS meds go in. They go in a little bit of CBD for anxiety. So she's got to get her wet food in the morning. That's important. So I'm like going in to get the wet food, and the other cat's just like hovering because he can smell it. And then my boyfriend gets up and I hear this like, ah, and then he like comes out. He goes, I've got good news and bad news. And what happened was he got up, he smelt something, and he was like, oh, she's gone to the bathroom. He looks in the litter box. He sees like kind of there's something in there. He's like, I'm so excited. Good. Yay. She's going. Things are getting back to normal. Nope. She pooped on the floor and he stepped on it as he was coming out to tell me that she went in the litter box. He was so excited. So he's like hobbling out here trying not to was it carpet? Of course it was. Yeah. Carpet. But the pee was in the box. So we're going to take it as a win.
That's good.
So he goes over to the bathroom to like disinfect his foot, and I go in to feed the cats. And so the cats were like, well, you know what? Now that everybody's awake, we're exhausted, by the way, because it was late night with video games. We're like, you know what? They're active. They're happy. Everybody's fed. This would be a good time to like start slowly introducing each other to them. So we've been doing like through the door introducing each other. But now we are like, oh, maybe they're like ready for a face-to-face. And so we're like very strategically monitoring, that was the plan, to kind of like monitor, because we were up at like 5 cleaning poop, like, and it was like a long process. Anyway, we're exhausted. We're trying to watch the cats. We both fall asleep. He's on the floor asleep. I'm on the couch asleep. We both wake up at the same time. Boo, not my cat, but the other cat, the little guy, I think he was trying to play with her, but it looked like he was hunting her. And she's just like bug-eyed, like hissing and so upset and just like puffed out. And he's just like, yeah, we're playing. He's just like in like almost like a puppy play pounce, you know? And I'm like, that's not great for her. She's traumatized. And so... So it was, and I like can't believe we fell asleep. I don't know how long he was hunting her for. Who knows? But it didn't go well. They like almost got in a fight because she tried to run away and he tried to like leap onto and like play with her like a dog would, basically, and didn't go well. So that was a rough morning. And then we had to like get up and get ready to come down here. So, and so we have had no coffee. We have, we're like very discombobulated. Things are not going according to plan. And I was like, let's just go to the coffee shop and we will get our coffees. We will get they have like little baby hash brown cakes. At my work, they call them baby cakes, and that's important.
This is the hash brown explanation.
This is important to the story. It's like the cherry on top because I'm not thinking. And then we wanted little breakfast sandwiches and coffees.
Oh, did you call them baby cakes to the woman who worked there?
Worse.
How? How is it worse?
This girl's like 15. And so it's a drive-through. And I'm very distracted. I'm not thinking. And I'm trying to order, which is kind of stressful. And I needed to say my coffee order correctly because they always put too much cream in it. And I just want like the tiniest splash of oat milk. I don't want a gallon of oat milk in there. Tiny, tiny splash. And I feel like I can't emphasize it enough and it always gets messed up and I get heartbroken. But anyway, so I was very stressed. I was like, I'm going to do this right. And the other thing is I'm always afraid to like say like, no, this is incorrect, you know?
Yeah, I'm bad with that.
I just take it and I'm like, I guess I'll just cry.
I'll throw this away and cry.
The morning went terribly. We've had no coffee. We're trying to get down to your place and I have to do this coffee order. And I'm very like overstimulated right now. And I'm trying, we're all taking it lightly, but like, And so I order the coffee, I order the sandwiches, and I try to say hash brown cakes, and I couldn't figure out the word. And I go, can I get 2 orders of the hash brown baby cakes? Oh no, hash brownie baby cakes. Hash brownie. She's like, the hash browns. I go, yeah, 2 of the hash brownie baby cakes. Like I did it twice. And then,
like, what the fuck?
I like couldn't think of the word, and she goes, "Where are you from? I've never heard this."
I'm from here. I'm just a freak. Did you lie to her and say that you were from somewhere else?
No, worse. I go, no, I'm from here. I just smoked a lot of weed in college, and it was really bad for me. And it's not true. I didn't smoke any weed in college. And I don't know why I said that, but I just did.
I got house brownies on the brain.
She's 15, and I scored her for life. And then I had to drive around and pick up my stuff and, like, hope that, and there's like, if this is wrong, there's no way I'm going back. Like, I can't even show my face here anymore.
I'm
and my
crying.
boyfriend's like, why are you like this? What are you doing? Why hash brown baby cakes? What?
All right, we've got to call this episode Hash Brown Baby Cakes.
Hash brownie baby cakes.
Right.
And then why did you say you smoked a lot of weed in college when you know you didn't?
I know, it's not even true.
I was in the library.
You should have just said, like, oh, I'm from Idaho, and that's what we call it there.
I could have said anything. I lived on the West Coast for 3 years. She wouldn't have known. I could have said I was from a different country, but I panicked, and I told her I smoked a bunch of weed in college, and it didn't go well for me.
Now I'm like this. You scared her for life.
Chris, my boyfriend goes, why was that the better option? Like, you could have told her anything. He's like, why? He's like, you could have just said you messed up on the name. That would have been way better than what you said.
Yeah. Oh.
What is wrong with me?
Yeah, what is wrong?
Yeah, so I can't go back to that aroma juice.
Yeah.
That's really unfortunate because I really like their coffee.
She's going to be talking about that whenever weed comes up for the rest of her life. No, this woman is pretty messed up.
She's messed up. This is why I don't do drugs, kids. You're not going to get your coffee order right. Oh my God. That's why it was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. So it's been what a morning.
Yeah, what a morning to say the least.
Oh my God. And I felt like I just needed to share it with you and our listeners because God, I'm just
well, I
feel better.
I know we've talked about like white lies on here of why ADHDers tell lies.
Stupid lies.
Yeah, well, this is part of we've talked about it, how we're not really like lying on purpose to deceive someone. It's like our brain short circuits. We're like, how do I get out of this?
That's exactly what happened. I had no idea what to say, and I just said that. That was the worst thing I could have said.
It's like when Gracie had to call, well, slightly different, but when we made that reservation for Yo Taxi that one time to get a ride downtown, and then Gab's mom offered to drive us. So Gracie called the cab company to like cancel the cab. But instead of just saying, oh, our friend's mom decided to drive us, she goes, we're not going to need that cab anymore. We have to take our friend to the hospital. Like, why?
Why did you say that?
Why is that what you went with? You could have said anything.
You could have just not given them an explanation.
You don't need to explain. Yeah. They're going to be like, all right, sweet, bye. It's Saturday night. We don't give a shit why. It's like your brain just needs to explain this, and you can't think of a logical explanation because there is no logical explanation.
My work calls them baby cakes, and they had hash browns, and then I was thinking of hash brownies all at the same time, and it came out. Sorry, I'm banging on the table.
You're always banging on the table. You're worked up.
Hash brownie baby cakes.
That's what they should be called.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? I got a new business idea.
Hash brownies for babies. Hash brownie baby cakes.
Are you trying to give weed to babies?
Yeah, weed for babies.
Weed for babies.
Business
baby
idea. Baby weed.
I feel like that's like how we get shut down by the government. Like,
yeah, maybe. Come at us, government. Come take my hash brownie baby cakes out of my cold dead hands.
Yeah, that was my really dysfunctional morning, and I'm glad I could share it with you. And
yes, I'm glad you saved that story for the pod.
I was like trying to. It's so embarrassing.
That is pretty embarrassing. Yeah. And they said it twice.
I said it twice, and it was like the thing is the whole buildup of the morning with the poop, and I was really excited that she peed in the box, and then my cats are hunting each other, and then I was just, I don't know. I couldn't function. But now I have had said coffee, and they did make it correctly.
Good. You get your hash brownie baby cakes?
I did. 2 orders, and they were delicious.
Good.
I love that place. But yeah, I'll just have
Too
to go
bad
to
you can't return.
Yeah, no, there's another one in town, so
All right,
I'll
good.
just go to the one that's farther away.
Just wait till that girl goes off to college.
Yeah. In 3 years, I'll be able to return.
Perfect. Put in your
No,
calendar.
I'm gonna just like not go to that for a whole heck of a long time.
She's going to be a walking D.A.R.E. commercial when she gets
Yeah,
to
she's gonna
college.
be like,
She's like,
"Listen."
I don't touch the stuff. Ever since I met this woman, she was pretty messed up.
Yeah, and she was driving.
Well,
That's been our show. Okay. Good night,
It was quite the
everybody.
morning. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, this has been Weird as a Feather. I lied to a 15-year-old today for no reason.
Bizarre lie.
All right.
All right.
Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I just have a few quick little
Okay.
tidbits before we get into our segs.
Probably do the rest of the segments before we end the show.
Yeah, probably we should do
Okay.
that.
All
Do
right.
the show
Okay.
before we end the show.
Okay.
Just a quick note from Peter, my friend Peter, our friend Peter. He finally got back to us about the frolf discussion. He says,
Oh.
if anything, it should be called dolf
Dolph.
instead of frolf because it's disc golf, not frisbee golf. I guess frisbee is a name brand. apparently.
Like a
So-
Kleenex versus a tissue.
Yes. So
Got
to
it.
that, I say, fuck you, Peter. And
Fuck you, Peter.
do you refer to Band-Aids as small sticky bandages or do you just call them Band-Aids?
That's a fair. You got a point.
Yep. So thanks for writing
Also-
in. We appreciate your input, but we will be disregarding it, you frolfer.
Frolfer.
You little
That's
frolfer?
exactly what a frolfer would say.
Yeah, that's so frolfer, Peter.
I would much rather say frolf than dolph.
Yeah, Dolph is stupid.
Dolph sounds like it's like a
Sounds like Dolph
Like a-
Lundgren.
like a weird condition. Like he's got the dolph.
Got a case of the dolphs.
Yeah. Like a rare one.
Like a doll disease.
A doll disease.
The dolph.
Yeah. You know
Um,
when your dolls get that dolph on them and then you have to like take them to the doll shop to get them repaired?
Hate that.
Uh
And another little quick tidbit. I went out to dinner with my friend Jessie and her friend Sarah, who is now my friend Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Oh, you made a new friend.
Yeah, I
we
did.
need another handbell for new friend
Oh,
handbell.
yeah.
New friend.
New friend.
Ding, ding, ding,
New
ding,
friend.
ding, ding. Oh, wait. Should be like a boom, bong.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, bong.
New friend.
New friend.
We're not going to have many new friends if we do this, but
That's why I'm going all out.
yeah. But Sarah said that first of all, she loves the podcast. Thanks for
Oh,
listening.
thank you.
She had a lot of questions about the death bucket. So I explained to her about the death bucket. She was still confused after I explained it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you about that.
I think there's some YouTube videos on it, right? There's some TikToks about
yeah, there are some TikToks.
get a bucket, you put it in the ground, you put the dead things in there.
I told her that and she was still like, I still have questions.
I feel like that's fair.
I guess her biggest question is probably like, why? Like, it doesn't matter how much
it's not
I
really
explain.
like the how, it's more of the
it's
why.
why. What the fuck is
Well-
wrong with you, Jeffrey Dahmer? Jessica Dahmer. That's what I'll call myself.
Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except I don't murder them. I just find them dead. Anyways, Sarah said that she sings along with our songs when she listens to the
Oh,
podcast. And she
nice.
sometimes catches herself singing them around the house.
Oh.
Which makes my heart sore to hear that. Because I also walk around singing them. And it's
I sing a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just sing instead of asking for what I need. like-
more fun.
Please pass the salt.
People hate it. But
Yeah. It's not popular, but it's what it is.
it is what it is. And then I asked her which song she sings, and she said all of them.
Oh,
Which
oh my
just made me
gosh.
so happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is adorable.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, Sarah. Thanks for singing along with us.
Continue to sing along.
Yes, please. Drown out our voices with yours.
Yeah. This is-
Please.
please.
Yep.
And you got one more thing to
I was
talk
going to
about.
mention this, but I'm worried it'll be too long. And I know we're doing just segs. Should I save it?
Yeah, just save it.
All right. I'll save
To be
it.
continued.
I'll save that one because I know I'm going to go on a tangent.
Yeah, we've already had one tangent today.
Yes. All right. Shall we transition into our segments?
Transition.
Transitioning.
Ooh, that's angelic.
That's me. Angelic as fuck.
Transition.
It always just becomes that. All right. We want to sing?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Little accomplishments, but big in our hearts. Yay!
Yay. All right, Kristin,
Yeah.
can you share your little accomplishment for the week?
I've got one, and it is Snickers related.
Always.
Because my life now revolves around her.
You're a serious
As-
cat mom.
She intended, I think. So she has special cat food for,
A special girl.
well, yeah, for her IBS.
Yes, so special girl.
And you have to order it through the internet, and then the internet has to ask your vet, like, hey, is this okay? Because it's a prescription.
The internet.
Yeah. Petco. I order it through Petco.
How old are you?
I didn't want to use Petco's name, but now here we are.
Sorry.
I got the app, and it's quite nice. But yeah, so usually I wait until it's like out, and then I have to like scramble to get the food in on time. But this time I ordered it before, and I put it on auto ship.
Whoa.
So
good idea.
I'm about to have an excess of cat food.
Ooh, brag.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That is hard.
That was, I try to set everything up for automation. All my bills are on auto pay. And now my cat food's on auto pay.
Good
and
plan.
auto ship.
You'll never run out again.
Yeah. I hope we guessed the right amount of time. It's hard to figure it out, but
At least you did it.
Yep. Anyway, what's your I'm so excited to hear about this little accomplishment. So
I don't even know if I want to say this on the podcast.
You have to.
It's embarrassing.
I think I've embarrassed myself for the both of us. So
You're right. I feel better
I
after
did
that
lie
whole
to
story.
a 15-year-old for no reason. So
Well, this is also embarrassing, but at least I'm the only one to witness it besides Lucy.
Well, now you're going to talk about it.
Yep.
So
My accomplishment is that I have been crawling. And that's it. All right, time for the next segment.
Okay, next segment. You've been crawling. Great. Good for you. Moving on. Tell me about the crawling. Why? How? Like, is your
Valid
stomach
questions.
down? Is your stomach down?
No.
You're on all fours.
I've progressed past the stomach down.
And
I'm on all fours.
This
like
is
a
just
big girl.
for funsies?
No, so I came across this TikTok, this woman's account called In the Cortex. I'll put that in the resources.
Okay, that's a cool TikTok account.
Yes. She's a researcher who has been studying the effects of crawling on the development of the midbrain. And she basically created this whole program to get adults to crawl around, and that helps develop the midbrain. Plus, it's a good workout. And I was like, hey, I have a weak midbrain. I should try this.
The weakest midbrain.
Yeah, I do. I can't remember exactly everything that the midbrain does right now, but I do about like 5 minutes. I'm up to 5.5 minutes right now. And you just,
that's a long time.
It's a long time to crawl. I don't know how babies do it. I mean, my body is significantly bigger. Babies are buff.
They've got rolls and rolls. Everybody thinks it's fat. It's muscles.
I got to give it to babies. Babies, you are stronger than I am. The crawling is difficult.
Yeah, they got to work on their humor, though. They're not very funny.
No, they're not, except Abby's baby.
Funnier babies.
Evie, you're my funniest baby, and I love you so much. But yeah, I just get on my hands and knees, and you literally crawl around like a baby.
Timer and
yep, set a timer. I put a podcast on. I have a little path.
Are you like? I can't
I'll have to show you.
Yeah.
It's
Are
so
you like
embarrassing.
galloping like those horse girls?
No, I've seen a lot of, not the bear crawl. I have seen a lot of like buff dudes on TikTok who talk about like the benefits of going around on all fours, and they're doing like that bear crawl. No, this is baby crawling. This is straight up baby crawling.
Are you on your
knees?
Knees.
Hands and knees, palms down. Hands and knees, like shuffling along.
Okay.
It's a very good workout. My shoulders are like burning after a couple minutes.
Can we crawl together after this?
Let's crawl together. I'll take you on my
Guys,
little
we're going to be
trail.
right back. We're going to go crawl.
Yeah, we'll be right back. But yeah, I just set up a little path for myself, and I just crawl back and forth. It's on carpet, so that's nice.
What does your husband think of this?
He's asleep. I wait till he falls asleep. So
could you imagine if he wakes up and he's just... You need to like dress in all black and get like a black long scraggly wig and just crawl around.
I'll hiss at him if he
scare
wakes
the living shit out of him. Yeah.
So I've just been crawling, and it is what it is. I'm at the point in the pandemic where I'm crawling around on the floor, and I don't know. I feel pretty okay about it.
I feel like my spine is so messed up anyway from sitting like the hunchback from Notre Dame that I'm well on my way to becoming a full-time crawler.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be good practice, get you in shape.
Yeah.
And it's also like if we're going to get back into rock climbing, I have 0 arm strength right now. So this is actually a good way to rebuild my arm strength.
Ooh, okay.
So let's do some crawling later.
You got to crawl before you can rock climb.
That famous expression. So everyone check out that TikTok account in the Cortex.
It's going to be in the show notes.
Yep. And if you start crawling around, I definitely want footage of that.
Yeah, footage.
Please.
Video.
Maybe it'll make me feel
Just email
brave
about it.
enough to share my own footage of me crawling around, but probably not.
Let's see
It's
these
embarrassing.
crawlers. I want to compare techniques.
Yes. I do think it helps my back a little bit. My back already feels a bit better because I'm getting that, workout. And I never crawled. I went straight from just being a baby to butt scooting to walking.
Oh, when you were like an actual child?
Yeah, when I was like a baby. Yeah,
You were
as
a butt
a child.
scooter.
Yeah, I was a butt scooter. I never crawled. So, my midbrain probably is weaker.
My mom said I was an early walker, and she was really mad about that because I would just run away from her.
Maybe that's why you became an early walker.
I just
It inspired
booked it. Oh, can I tell you a side note?
Yes.
My first ever Halloween, my mom made a lamb costume for me.
Aww.
One of the things she put on was a bell, and then she stayed home, and my dad took my brother and out trick-or-treating. And my dad said, I just booked it. He's like, I didn't see her half the time. Like, just gone, baby. What's that? Gone girl, except for gone, baby.
Gone, baby. Baby's day out.
Yeah, I just booked it down. Like, I had to I went to one house just to get the feel of it because I didn't know what I was doing. And then the second I was like, oh, there's candy involved, boom, done. Like, my brother was like, I'll stay next to dad. And I was like, see ya. I was like 2. Just random baby lamb out there. And my dad's like, thank God she had a bell so we could at least know she was getting kidnapped or not. And I'm like, sometimes I wish you wouldn't tell me these stories. But yeah. But
sounds like your dad.
Yeah.
Well, if you were an early walker, then it sounds like you didn't get enough crawling time and your midbrain is also
I got to
weak.
go back to crawling.
Well, let's do it.
I walked before I could crawl.
Yeah, you did. I'll get you crawling. I'll get
Okay,
everyone crawling.
all right.
That's my new mission on this podcast. Get everyone crawling.
Welcome to the Crawling Podcast.
Yeah, all crawling
Crawling
all the time.
cast.
Crawlcast. Yeah, and that's been my little accomplishment.
That's a lovely accomplishment. I can't wait to see this.
Just wait to see my progression. I'm going to be fucking ripped. I'm going to have
Yeah.
those crawling shoulders.
Ooh.
Watch out.
You're going to do those Instagram posts of before and after. You're going to just be all shoulders.
Yes. Call me shoulder
Shoulder
strong.
McGee.
All right. And I don't know how I feel about sharing that, but
I'm proud of you.
it is what it is. It's out there. I'm being vulnerable on today's episode.
Let us know if you picked up crawling.
Please.
Yeah. All right.
Let's awkwardly transition into this next segment.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's a question. I forget the song that starts this
I
one.
do too. We have some good ideas, but not the follow through. Someone else should start this business. Just not us. That was pretty good.
I'm waiting for her input.
I know,
Nothing.
I don't hear her.
Nothing.
She really picks and chooses when she's going to be bothered by that.
I literally cannot tap on this table without her barging in, but the kazoo, come on. That's super bothersome. Okay.
Well, we were bothered by her presence, but now we're bothered by her not showing up.
Yeah.
All right.
I expected more from you, Lucy.
Disappointed.
All right. So this is businesses someone should start, just not us. And we're doing a special edition this week, the band edition. So band someone should start, just not us.
Yep.
Grace.
I don't really have a concept for what the actual band will be for this or what kind of music they'll play. I just have a really good name for it.
Okay, so just a band name.
Yeah, it's called Survivor Meat Challenge.
That's great.
I came up with it a while ago. I have no recollection of how. Oh, I think I was searching for something from an episode of Survivor for some reason.
Is that still on?
Yeah, actually. Not to talk about Justin all the time because he doesn't even listen, but Justin is in a Survivor fantasy league.
I'm sorry.
I wish I could explain
He does this in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, he's really living outside of reality, aren't you?
Okay.
But he and this group of people, they all have they pick winners, and I don't even know. I guess there's people are still watching Survivor apparently.
Justin. You get one. You get Dungeons and Dragons or Survivor Fantasy. You can't have both. That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's
both is weird.
I don't want to shame your things that bring you joy, but
I do.
You get one. Everybody gets one. You've got two, so pick one.
Yeah, Survivor Fantasy League is insane. But
that
Survivor,
show, I didn't know people still watch. I didn't know it was still on.
Neither did I until Justin told me that. But yeah, that's my band Survivor Meet Challenge. So if you have a band or you're thinking of a concept that you think would really work with this title, you can take it. You know, we've already got Synchronized Night Boat.
Yeah, we've got our band.
So we've got our band name. That's, you know, our top title. Nothing
Trademark.
will beat that.
Yeah.
So if you want to use Survivor Meet Challenge, please let me know.
Go for it.
Obviously, I get 50% of your
Send us
band's
pics.
profits. Yeah, send us videos, and we'd love to see it.
Yep.
All right, Kristin, what's your band?
Mine's more of a concept
All
than
right.
a name. You know how we have the Beastie Boys? It's one of my faves.
Yes.
Imagine an all-female, or even, you know what? I was even thinking about this. It could be trans. It could be non-binary.
Just not boys.
Just not boys.
anything but
the
boys.
non-Beastie Boys, non-boys Beastie Boys cover band,
I like it.
right?
Yeah.
Because first of all, the Beastie Boys are amazing, but they're boys. We want non-boys.
Anyone but boys.
Anyone but boys, Beastie Boys cover band.
I love it.
There we go. That's my business.
That's a great business. All right.
You're welcome to take this. I don't even want you know what? I don't want any 50% profits. I just want this to happen. And if someone would do this, I will absolutely buy the tickets and fly out to your show and sit in the front row, even if I didn't get front row tickets.
You could call it Survivor Meet Challenge if you really wanted, but I feel like it should probably refer to the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, I should probably refer to the Beastie Boys.
Would they cover like the same? So they're doing all the songs.
It's all the songs.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sabotage.
Yes, that is one.
That one. I'm blanking on the rest of the songs. I actually am a really big fan. I'm still kind of traumatized from this morning. Sabotage. Okay, that's it. Transition.
All right. All right, let's get into our hobby collectors.
I'm excited. This is a group hobby. Oh, we should probably do the song.
Yes.
Ready? Okay.
Do you remember it? Down, down, down.
Okay.
Down.
I just need little reminders every single time, even though we've done this 1,000 times.
That's right.
We've done this 11 times. These are the collectors, and these are their hobbies. I added a little bit more.
Got a little fancy with it.
Got a little fancy. Kind of forgot halfway through what we were doing. But yeah.
Just go with it.
Hobby collector.
Collect these hobbies.
Yeah.
Just a little bonus song for you.
That's actually like a lot better than the first one.
Anything is better than the first one.
We might have to change the song. No, I like it.
Yeah, these are the songs we chose, and I guess we're stuck with them until we decide to change them.
Yeah. The hobby collectors, we're doing a group hobby. Yeah. This is one both Grace and I enjoy, so we're going to do it together. And it's a winter hobby, and it's winter right now, so it's perfect.
Yeah, we wanted to give some people activities that you can do when you're depressed in your basement. And it's winter,
so
and there's not much to do.
Yeah, this you cannot do in your basement, though. I guess it depends on your basement. But
it depends on the basement, but most basements, no. You will have to go outside.
Yes.
But outside is good sometimes.
This is good. Yeah. All right. Are you ready for
Start
the
us off with
unveiling?
History.
It's skiing. That's our hobby.
Oh.
Did we mention that?
No, we haven't said it yet.
Skiing. That's our hobby. Okay, that's our hobby.
Right.
All right. Hobby history. You ready? It's basically a bunch of rich folk couldn't decide what to do with their money. So they're like, should we burn it? And one guy's like, no, we can go downhill. No, that's not it. It actually started. Okay, listen to this. One, Wikipedia is asking for money. And I feel like we should both donate since basically they were the reasons why we both,
graduated college.
Yeah.
Yes. We should donate. And you should too.
You should too. Wikipedia, it's a great resource. They have a lot of good links. And skiing, the history. All I have, because I couldn't bear to read anymore.
Well,
it started in Russia, and they think it was about 6,000 BCE, which is crazy. 6,000 BCE before Common Era. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. That's a while ago. In Russia, of course, because it's snowy there. And then, they found a lot of like ancient ski artifacts in like Norway and Sweden and Switzerland, and you're like, okay, we get it. It started over there.
Did you say China at some point?
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Yeah, they found some stuff in China. Although underneath it said heavily debated, and I'm like, I don't want to get into that debate.
Well, let's debate.
Yeah,
based on zero facts that neither of us have.
But yeah, so that's the history. It started a long time ago, but now has kind of developed into like a sport for the wealthy.
Yes,
which we're going to talk about in a bit.
Yes.
What are you going to need for this? A lot of things. This requires a lot of things: boots, bindings, ski poles, skis, and most importantly, a helmet.
Yes, wear a frigging helmet.
Wear a helmet. Skiing is so dangerous, and a lot of people die. But the boots, bindings, ski poles, skis, all that you can rent from the place, which is great. So you don't have to have those, but you have to have the money to rent them, which is sometimes a difficult thing. I find it helpful to have not many socks. People are like, I wore 3 socks, and you're like, your feet are going to sweat. Get 1 pair of good socks. Get 1 good sock.
2 good socks.
2 good socks that are
in a pair. Get 1 good sock, 1 bad sock.
I love smart wools. Because the wool helps with, because your feet are going to sweat. Oh my gosh, you're going to sweat. You're going to have sweaty, stinky feet. And so get 1 good pair of socks and don't wear multiple socks because you're just going to have sweaty feet and then the sweat will freeze and then you'll be cold. You can even get those little, you know what, also are the toe warmers, the things you stick in your boot. I
love those.
And in the hot hands. Other things, you might need snow pants, so your pants don't get snowy. Get pants
please don't ski in jeans. He's Jersey. He skis in his jeans.
The first time my mom went skiing, first and last time, my dad said he brought her on a date. She showed up in jeans.
And he went right home.
She literally went down 1 hill and she fell and she went in the lodge and stayed in the lodge for the rest of the day. And I was like, that sounds like her.
I stand by that. It does sound like her.
But, so get pants made for the snow. Get a jacket made for the snow. There's a lot of jackets out there that are water resistant. That's garbage. Get a waterproof jacket. There's a difference and you will be thankful for it. Also, super helpful to have a neck warmer.
And by neck warmer, we do not mean bandanas. Stop wearing bandanas. I know your face is cold. I know that thing is friggin' frozen to your face.
It's gross.
You see so many snowboarders and skiers, I guess.
Yeah.
Mostly dudes.
It doesn't look cool.
No, yeah. So they wear just the thin bandana over their mouth instead of a neck warmer. But you know what happens? That gets wet very quickly from your hot breath. And then guess what happens to that air? It freezes. And then you have a crusty frozen bandana on your face.
And all your snots on it.
Yeah.
You know what you could get? You can get one of those bird masks that cover your nose and your mouth. And then it has the holes for your nose.
Yes.
That's cool.
Or a balaclava.
What is that?
That's the burglar mask.
Oh, you could do that.
It covers your whole face. Yeah.
I didn't know that had a name.
But bandanas are stupid. Balaclava. Huh? Not to be confused with baklava.
That's
wonderful
that's
Greek
exactly
dessert.
What. Jeez, it's like you read my mind.
You could get both.
Oh,
a balaclava and a baklava.
Could you eat the baklava while you wear the balaclava?
Balaclava.
I
thought you were just going to glaze right past that.
I'm so close.
You got most of the sounds.
All right, okay, wait.
Let's clap it out. Balaclava.
Balaclava.
Yeah, you got it.
Everyone get a pen.
No. I don't know how to spell it. I just know how to clap out the syllables. I do have a master's degree in speech therapy, so... But yeah, stop wearing bandanas. You look stupid and no one's fooled by it. We all know that you're super cold and that you're the only one who thinks it looks cool.
Yeah. Also, can we just stop the trend of trying to look cool while doing... Are you backed up?
I know, man.
Jeez. Pick a position.
Yeah, honestly. All right, you were saying about stop trying to look cool while you're doing activities.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I would like to just make a request. Because there's been this trend of people doing outdoor sports trying to look cute and Instagram worthy and stuff. Stop it. Dress for the weather. I never look cute skiing because you know what happens? I get a snotty face. Yep. My hair is really, really dry from the air and then it gets really wet from the snow and then it just fries. And then you have a helmet on. That's not good. No one looks good skiing.
And you shouldn't.
Yeah. You usually sunburn. Actually, that's a good tip. Wear sunscreen because it's going to be sunny. Yeah.
Also, I thought of another thing that you need that we left off of here. Goggles.
Oh, goggles.
Gotta have
and mittens.
goggles.
Oh my God, we didn't even talk about mittens.
Duh.
Some people like gloves.
I say gloves.
You're a glove person. I'm a mitten person because your hands are together and it's warmer for your fingers.
I don't want my hands together. I want them separated.
What are you going to be doing with your dexterity for what? What are you doing? Sign language up on the lift? No.
I could be.
Yeah, I
could because I have gloves on and you can't. So
I'll just take my gloves off.
Are you being ableist?
I am being ableist, but I'm just saying, never have I ever been on a skiing expedition and said, hey, I really wish I had more dexterity of my hands.
I don't like having all my fingers together. It stresses me out. They get too sweaty in there, and then it's like a big puddle, and then I can't grip my poles. I feel like gripping the poles is easier with gloves. But this is all personal preference. But I'm mad, and my way is right. But it's all personal.
Team mitten.
I'm team glove all the way.
We gotta do a poll.
Yes.
If we remember.
We probably won't.
Probably won't, but
tell us what you prefer. Yeah. But yes, you need gloves and or mittens and ski goggles.
Yeah, the goggles are super helpful.
Those are very necessary.
One time I went skiing, it was so cold that the inside of my goggles froze and then I couldn't see, but I skied down the mountain anyway.
I bet you did.
Yeah. I'm a dangerous skier.
Yeah,
I love
are a menace.
I've gotten better. You know what? I've gotten better. I just haven't skied in a while. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
No, when I lived out west, I reined it in a little bit.
You didn't slam into anyone on a mogul trail?
No. And also, that mogul jumped out of nowhere. It was one time, and she was really nice about it.
Yes.
I didn't know it was a mogul trail. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finish talking about clothes.
Oh, so as we kind of were discussing, skiing is a very expensive hobby. The gear's expensive. The stuff's expensive. Getting the layers that you need is really expensive. But there are a lot of really good secondhand outdoor gear stores. And even I've found some stuff. I always look at Goodwill because sometimes they have brand new, really good quality ski gloves or things that will if you're just starting out doing winter sports, they'll just get you by through the season. And then if you really like it, you can invest in something better. I have jackets. I found a really nice ski jacket for my boyfriend at a Goodwill. It was brand new. His tag's still on it, and it's fantastic.
Nice. There's also Played Against Sports.
Oh, yeah, Played Against Sports.
Especially used ski boots.
Yeah, skis are great.
Poles.
If you're just starting out, you should rent. But if you're trying to get a little bit more serious, maybe get gently used skis and poles. And then if you're okay, I'm ready to commit, or I'm in a financial place where I can invest in skis, then go for it. For coats and mittens and hats and stuff, if you want good quality Columbia or North Face or stuff like that, I always find really good stuff at Rennie's if you live in Maine. Because it's a Maine adventure. If you really want an adventure and you want to dig, go to Martin's.
Might get some dirty shirts, but...
No, apparently.
Yes, I have found a shirt covered in dirt there one time.
Who hasn't?
Part of their charm.
That's part of the brand. Martin's, find dirt-covered shirts.
You have a washing machine, right?
Yeah, Martin's will have... So I've been told there's two types of Martin shoppers. The people who just go in and just... enjoy the chaos, or the people who know which trucks are coming and what delivery day.
Oh.
And then you go on those days and then you get, the full spread, first dibs.
I don't think I can compete with that.
No, I can't. I don't go to Martin's. No. My biggest tip, and I got this from a article from REI or a little I don't know, they put out a PSA or something, and I will link it in the show notes. But if you are trying to dress for any winter sport, they recommend dressing in threes, 3 layers, especially for your top part. I don't really do this for the bottoms, but for the tops, you dress in threes, and you have wicking, warmth, and waterproof. So wicking is depending on if it's the fall and you're going for a hike, maybe just a wicking t-shirt. If it's the winter and it's really cold, a wicking long sleeve. And then your middle layer is going to be your warmth layer. So a fleece, a sweater, something warm. And then your last layer is going to be probably your jacket, your outer shell. And you can use that for hiking. And depending on the season, you just figured out what you need to do based on the weather. So in the winter, you're going to be doing the long sleeve, the fleece plus the jacket. Maybe in the fall, if you're hiking, just do a wicking t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and then, I don't know, your rain jacket. Anyway, it's a really good article. You should definitely read it. They have a bunch of other tips about cold weather activities, and we will link it down below. And I highly, 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 highly recommend that you do it because it's hard to kind of figure out how to dress, I think, when you're first getting started.
All right.
How do you start is our next thing.
How do you start?
You take a lesson.
Yes.
And I was super opposed to lessons when I was growing up, but they are super duper helpful. Your friends are not going to be able to explain. No one should take a lesson from me. How about that?
No.
I am not a good explainer,
No.
and I will tell you all the wrong things to do. Because that's what I
Just
like
go
to do.
straight down, close your eyes. You'll make it. I always have.
And people will move out of the way.
Yeah. It's true. They usually do until they don't.
Yeah. Skiing's like actually really, really dangerous. It's a dangerous hobby, and you should really figure out what you're doing before you do something stupid and get hurt.
Didn't the mom from the movie Parent Trap, was it Parent Trap? The newer Parent Trap? Was it Parent Trap? I don't remember. But I think the mom died skiing on like a bunny slope.
You could. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you,
pretty sure she did. I'll have to look this up. Don't quote me on that.
Was she wearing a helmet?
I think so. I don't know.
Even if it was, it's still a terrible thing, even if she wasn't.
Yes, but definitely wear a helmet because, it kind of gives you that vacation mindset. That there's like an official term for it when people die on vacation, because it's almost like, oh, well, this must be safe because we're doing it for fun and it's a vacation. When, like, no, you're still in the elements outside. Just because it's like a groomed, capitalistic-based event doesn't mean that it's super safe.
Yeah, it's still very dangerous. And not only that, but, like, there's other people. So you don't want to be dangerous towards other people.
Yes.
This is why I'm not teaching. But the instructors are really helpful. And I think the hardest parts are learning how to get on and off the chairlift and learning how to turn. Once you figure those out, you're golden.
Yes.
Getting off the chairlift, you're going to fall. People are going to laugh at you. People are going to look at you. And that's just part of the fun.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, but who cares? You're covered in gear.
Did you remember when Max lost both her skis on the chairlift and then had to try and walk off?
She ran off it?
Went face first.
Well, no, what happened was one of her skis fell off while we were on the chairlift, so she decided to take the other one off and throw it down onto the trail. So that's dangerous. And then because she didn't have any skis, she just had to kind of like get a running start and like tumble.
And like the snow police, what are they called?
The snow patrol. Snow police, hands up! Yeah,
they were just like, "What are you doing?"
No, there were two people on the snow patrol on the chairlift behind us, and so they saw her take her ski off and chuck it down on.
They're like, "No,
yeah,
not okay."
Yeah, so we're not.
In her mind, it made perfect sense.
Yeah, and she's like, "Well, I'm not going to ski off of the lift with one ski. Might as well take both of them off and just jog, I guess." And then, oh god. Lots of horror stories of getting on and off the lift. Yeah. So that is hard. Watch people first. Figure out how they do it. You could probably watch a YouTube video.
Yeah. Yeah. And usually the instructors, they'll know that you're new and they'll slow the lift. They'll like slow it down for you.
I would just say that I think it's a misconception that the T-bar is going to be easier. Like, that's a good way to transition. It is so much harder.
No. Also, do places have T-bars anymore?
Yeah, I went to one. I forget where it was.
Mount Abrams?
No, I think it was actually in Canada. Did I go skiing in Canada? Can't remember. It was somewhere. But these two older women in front of us, they kept messing up because one of them kept trying to sit down on it.
Yeah.
It's like just a little bar that goes like under your butt and pulls you.
Yeah. Up. And you can't sit. You have to be in this like kind of squat position the whole time.
It's really uncomfortable. It's really difficult.
And it's really difficult if your size mismatched. Like when I go skiing with Grace, if we're on the T-bar, it's like on my back and it's on her bum.
Height difference. Yeah, because there's like one person on one side and one on the other. And
no. It's like on my knees and it's on your bum. Sorry, I got our heights mixed up.
I am the taller of us.
You are the taller of us.
I'm very tall.
Yes, you're so tall. Yeah. No. I am tall.
I am tall.
But yeah, you're going to fall. It sucks, but
part of the charm.
Yeah, it's good for you. It's good to get hurt every once in a while.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna happen. But start off on, bunny slopes.
Don't do anything that you're afraid to do. But also, if you go skiing with people who are more experienced than you, that's also good. That's how we learned.
Yes,
because we were forced to go skiing with all the older kids.
Yep,
and it's sink or swim with them.
But go at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to keep up. Skiing, like we said, can be very dangerous. When in doubt, pizza
and turning. Turn. That's how you go slow. Watch out for rocks and ice if you're on the East Coast. And dress for the occasion.
Well, you're just talking about how expensive skiing is, but not only is the gear really expensive, but the actual lift ticket is very expensive.
You have to like take out like a high interest loan just to get a day pass now.
I know some places are like $90 for one
Where are they going for 90? I'll get that one. That's cheap. I think they're like over 100 now.
I guess that was years ago.
Yeah.
I haven't gone in a while.
Yeah, their day pass. We're looking this up right now. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for this? For today, which is a weekday, for one lift ticket for one adult, it's $122.
What? $122 for what?
I don't know. Oh, but if we go next week because it's $81 because it's during the weekday because the kids are back in school.
Oh, not winter break.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's slightly more reasonable, but still really expensive. Like, other than operating the lift and doing the snow and the grooming, like, how much does it really cost them to let people ski?
I can't even imagine what the taxes on that place are.
Yeah, I just feel like that's really inaccessible for so many people. Like,
right.
I could afford that, but I don't want to. That's
also,
a lot of
like,
money.
Way to jack up the prices during, like, you know, you've got like one kid who's finally like learning how to ski. They're like, nope, too bad. We're going to double the price. Because like, look, you get mid-January, you can get a ticket for $60 midweek.
We should do that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I think I got some time off in February.
Perfect. Yeah, that's so expensive. So the gear itself is expensive, renting is expensive, and then the lift ticket is expensive.
You also have to have like, you know, you have to be able to drive up there. So not everybody has a car. It's just like, it's a sport made for people who have a lot of money.
Yes.
You have to have the ability to have enough time off to go up there, you know.
You obviously physically have to be able to do it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of privileges to skiing.
They have they have skis for, I always see skiing for the blind. There's like a bunch of programs in Maine for skiing for the blind and skiing with, there's a way to get a certain type of ski where you have 3 for people who are unable to walk. Yes. Which is cool.
Yeah, you can definitely do it, but, you know, there are a good amount of barriers to being able to do it. But we have a few alternatives if like going to the mountain and doing all that is too expensive, but you still want to have some winter fun outside and transport your body down a hill.
Yeah.
I guess.
Or just winter fun in general.
Yeah. Sledding is a very good alternative. Find a nice hill, make sure there's no trees or ice at the bottom, and, you know, go sledding.
Yeah. Find a hill.
Yep.
Take out some kids. No, just don't do that.
Yeah.
My brother did that once. I was a victim of a toboggan once. Remember, who does toboggans anymore?
They're
I think
dangerous.
This is Dad and his entire like family of 5 were all on this one toboggan and I just got sniped.
Yikes.
I went all the way down the hill. My dad's like, no.
Yeah, watch out for toboggans. There's also cross-country skiing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a fan personally.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about this before. You really hate that.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. But I guess you could do cross-country skiing if you really want to do the skiing, but you don't want to pay for a pass. There are probably trails nearby, near you, hopefully, like public lands.
Land trusts.
Yes. A lot of places have.
Or the cemetery. That's where we go.
Yes, the cemetery. Yeah, that's much more accessible where you don't need to get on a lift or have a groomed trail. So look it up and see if you can find.
You have snowboarding on here. I would say that it's still expensive and inaccessible.
What I was thinking was the stupid little like plastic snowboards.
Well, now you just call them stupid.
Well, the really fun, radical plastic snowboards.
They have those at Rennie's.
Yes. Yeah. They're like the fake snowboards that you would find
at
like Walmart.
They are just alternative snowboards.
Alternative snowboards. All right. Alternative snowboards.
Yeah.
Where they don't have like, you don't have to wear the snowboarding boots. They just have like little bindings that you just strap your feet in. And then you can take those anywhere and you can just, like we used to do it in people's backyards. But don't do a big hill because you're having to walk back up. But yeah, you can just kind of teach yourself how to snowboard on there. You can still get hurt, so still be careful. But that's kind of a fun thing to do. You can just fool around with that, and then you don't have to pay for a ticket.
What about just like building a snow fort? That's really fun. Yeah,
that is fun.
Or like, you can make some sort of like, I guess you have to live in a place where there's a lot of snow.
Well, this whole thing is snow-based.
Yeah, snow-based sports.
If you don't live anywhere with snow, what are you doing? What are you doing here?
I guess
you're forced to listen to us if you want to hear the podcast.
Yeah, what do you do in the winter if you don't have
probably
snow?
just like go about their normal lives. Actually, they're like going outside.
Yeah, on the West Coast I did a lot of winter hiking because there was not a lot of snow.
Yeah, so those are some little alternatives. to ski.
You're never too old to make a snowman.
Very true. I was going to recommend a snowball fight, but remember that time that Kyle hit me in the face with an ice ball?
Yes, I do. And you bled. Didn't he also hit you in the face with a pine cone?
Yep, he whipped it at me.
Yeah. Didn't you also run into a tree one time?
Unrelated, but yes. I don't want to talk about
You've
that.
had a lot of facial trauma.
I have. I'm surprised my face looks as good as it does.
It looks great.
Thanks. It could.
No one can notice the scars.
My pine cone scars.
Scars on your face and scars on your heart. I couldn't get through that one.
Yeah.
Make myself laugh.
All right.
Okay, final question.
Yes.
Grace.
Yes.
Do you think this is a good hobby for people with ADHD?
I definitely think this is a good hobby for ADHDers. You get lots of stimulation and adrenaline.
Yes.
Especially
adrenaline.
if you're us.
If you're skiing with me,
and
you're going to have a bunch
Kristin.
of adrenaline.
Oh, yeah. You will fear for your life. What a rush.
What a rush. No, we don't do. We stay off like the double blacks.
It's like a controlled.
It's a controlled chaos, and
Yes.
I just feel like that's like my life, and that's how I like to live.
Yeah. On the edge
On the edge.
of the trail.
Okay, answer this question, and then I'll explain my skiing techniques.
Yeah.
Which are not recommended
Yeah.
by the FDA or anyone.
Or anyone.
Okay, so you think it's a great thing for ADHDers if they have the funds?
Yes.
Because that's a big thing.
Yes.
I think I agree. I think there's a lot of adrenaline. I think there's a lot of coordination, balance. Your thighs are going to feel it, but you're going to look great. You're going to have those ski thighs.
Oh, yeah. I
Ooh,
love
yeah.
good ski thigh.
Ski thigh. Good for the buns. Good for the thighs.
And you know what? You could crawl to train
Oh,
for skiing.
does that work your thighs?
I don't know. Not
No.
really. I guess you could do both of them together. Not at the same time. Maybe. But like if you're doing 2 workouts for the winter, one is skiing, one is crawling, you
Ooh.
got upper body, lower body,
There
boom,
you
you're
go.
done.
Boom and boom. You
You're
don't
just
need
gonna be
anything else.
hulking out by the summer.
Nice.
Got that crawl body.
Ready for the beach.
Yep.
Yeah. 2022 is going to be the year of the crawl body. We had dad bod, but now we have crawl body.
Yeah. So you also think this is a good hobby? For
I do. I
ADHDers?
agree. I think it's just there's a lot of coordination and balance, which we've kind of talked about how that's great for ADHDers, but just the adrenaline alone, I think it's what a dopamine rush.
So much dopamine.
It's so great. I guess even after you do something like kind of dangerous and you're like, oh, we almost died, but then you get that kind of like overwhelming feeling of joy. No?
That sounds like a problem.
No.
No, I know
It's
exactly.
this
I
is
know
why
exactly
people
what you mean.
Ride roller coasters, because
Yeah.
the adrenaline, it's such like it's so great.
I agree. I also think it's a bit of a quick learning. Well, it depends on
If you
on
can
the person.
rollerblade, you can ski.
Yeah.
It's just rollerblading downhill on snow. That's all it is. I feel like it's the same technique of turning.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it is pretty similar.
Very similar.
Yes, it's possible to pick it up decently quickly. Because you can go at your own pace. Once you learn the basics, then you can kind of just like go as you feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's nice for ADHDers. There's not like a ton of skill, like,
I feel like
long acquired
snowboarding is
skill.
way harder.
Yeah.
And you're way more likely to break your wrists.
Yes. Do you want to tell your mogul story?
Yeah, I do.
Before we finish our segments.
This episode should be called Kristin tells all of her deepest, darkest, embarrassing stories.
Well, I talked about crawling around my basement.
Very
so
true.
We're both fucking weird.
So one time we were in ski club together, right? Because that's what we do. Ski club is like you go skiing with people from school. Yeah, a club where you go skiing. So every Sunday, right, they dragged us up to this one of the ski places in Maine, and we get there at the crack of dawn, and we'd ski all day and then come home late Sunday night. And it was great. But you're basically on your own. It's like there's like a couple like teachers there, and they're like, see ya, have fun, don't get hurt. And we're like, all right, hopefully we make the bus home. You know, I don't know how we didn't get left at the mountain.
Honestly, I don't know how either. It sounds like something we would have done.
Yeah.
Look at us with that time management,
look at that.
never being left at the mountain.
No, I do
Not to
remember
brag.
panicking because we were like
every time.
all the way at like people who know who know they were at Jordan. We were like at Jordan Bowl and had to go all the way across to Whitecap.
Yes, I do remember
if
that
you know,
rush.
you know. And you're just like, what's the quickest way?
Yep.
And you'd always have to do that like one flat trail, and you'd have like one snowboarder with you, and you had to like
river?
Yeah, something like the Roadrunner, really, really flat. And then the snowboarders are just like, help me.
Nick.
And you're like, you're on your own. Yeah, that was my brother.
Screw you.
We're leaving you. So we ended up really learning the mountain, and we went on one trail. It was a blue square. It wasn't even a hard one. And we went on it the week before, and it was like easy peasy. And I think it was one of those days where we were trying to get back to the bus on time. So I was like, oh, we'll just go down this really easy trail and get right back to the lodge. No problems. And you're like, sure. And I just go see it. And my fun fact about me, I love skiing as fast as I possibly can. Is it dangerous? Absolutely. I love it. So basically my strategy, and I don't recommend it, is the tuck and the squat. And you just straight down, especially on icy places. You don't want to turn on an ice patch.
Yeah.
So why turn and risk falling when you could just zoom straight down? And you just get to the point where you almost feel like you're out of control, and then you start to slow down. Anyway, so that's
it's
what I
did. It's a rush
did.
like no other.
So that's what I planned to do. Little did I know that last week, this was just a straight down trail, no issues. The week we did this, it was a trail full of moguls that I had no idea, which are little bumps that you're supposed to ski around. It's very difficult, and I don't like it.
You're supposed to be doing like the back and forth, like woo, woo, woo,
Yeah.
whoosh, whoosh.
If you
one
ever watch
side,
the
other
Olympics,
side.
all the athletes with like huge knee trauma are mogul athletes, and I hate them because
I
I
hate moguls.
I hate it. It's just like, don't tell me where
It's
to
just
turn.
like a workout.
Yeah.
It's like doing like
It's
side to side squats.
Not enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met anybody who was like, oh, I actually really like moguls because I like when my knees feel like they're going to pop out of their sockets, which is not a thing that they're not in sockets. But anyway, I start going straight down, and sometimes moguls are hard to see at the end of the day because of the shadows. That's where the goggles help. I had goggles. It didn't help. Hit my first mogul. Boom. Just absolutely
Took it like a jump.
I did take it
Yeah,
like a
you were flying over those moguls.
and then not only that, but you have to land on more moguls. So you don't even have. So I was just like, holy moly. Like, this is just absolutely just out of control, but still upright somehow. And then I was trying to like turn. And then so not only was this like a steep mogul trail that I was just flying through, but then it converges in with like another trail. And as we were like merging, I was trying to get myself under control, and I just absolutely collided with this lady.
You like took her down the mountain.
I took her down the mountain. I took her out and I took her down.
Like a gentleman.
Like, yeah. And she was super sweet. She's like, oh, I didn't see you there. I was like, no one.
How could you? Came flying over the mountain.
Bad out of hell. Just like, and she's like, oh, I hope you're okay. I'm so sorry. She was probably a new skier and thought
she didn't realize you were in the
like,
wrong.
I was just like totally like out of control, just a wild person. Yeah. She was really nice about it. She helped me get my mittens. Because they were up the hill a little bit.
Yeah, you smoked her.
I smoked her, and I feel really bad
about
about it. But to my defense, those moguls were not there the week before.
Yeah, sneaky moguls should not be allowed.
You can't just sneak moguls in somewhere. And there should be signs that say, hey, this trail has moguls.
I mean, there might have
BT
been,
dubs,
but
watch out.
we've established that you can't read, so.
Yeah. Yes, that is also true. I can read a map, though.
Yeah.
And usually
Lots
they
of
have
visuals.
like the little bumps, right? They're like,
yeah, you're right.
watch out for the bumpies.
You're like, oh, I see bumpies.
Bumpies and trees, and those are the trails I avoid because I like to go straight down and not turn. So I'm responsible about it.
Except for this one example that we just spoke
Yeah,
about.
but I was young and dumb, and now I've aged. Still dumb.
You're
but...
old and dumb. All right.
And this has been Hobby Collectors.
This has been Hobby Collectors.
I forgot we were talking about skiing for so long, I forgot which one we were on. But yeah.
Hobby Collectors.
I didn't know we got a lot of ski listeners out there. Did you have a ski accident that's embarrassing?
Yes.
Did you wipe out a perfectly good stranger who helped you gather your mittens and took full blame?
Yes, tell us your best ski accidents, but
Yeah.
only if they're funny. I don't want to hear like a horrible
Please
one.
don't tell me about the time you broke your neck.
I ended up in a coma and I almost died. I had to relearn how to walk.
Tell me about how you got yelled at by ski patrol because you threw your skis off the lift.
Yeah, those are the stories we want. It's just going to be Max.
Tell us about maybe you were taking a break and someone thought you were really hurt, so they called ski patrol on you, but you were just really tired and taking a break. That happened one time.
Did it?
Yeah, I was just laying. I was laying like in the position, and I think they were yelling to me like, "Are you okay?" And I just like, but they didn't like ski over and like they were. I think maybe ski police were just like.
I'm calling them ski police.
I'm sorry, snow police. Ski patrol. I think they like got by and they just like immediately called the people, and then I like popped my little head up and I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh my God, you're alive. And I was like, yeah, I've been alive.
Where have you been?
Anyway, it's been hobby collectors. Tell us about your ski stuff. Do you have good ski bargains? Let us know.
And if you collect this hobby, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is brought to you by the Coughing Sack. Seasonal allergies got you down? Do your near constant sniffles and stupid little background coughs make sound editing a fucking nightmare? Try Coughing Sack, a soundproof sack you can cough into. With this little sack of heaven, you can wheeze and snort and yuck it up all day long in there, and no one else has to know but you. Podcasting in your quiet shame has never been easier with the Coughing Sack. Coughing Sack, come cough into my sack.
All right.
It's time for
Alternative segments.
Alternative.
Wow. All right.
On this week's alternative segment, we have Ponder This.
Quick explanation.
Is there one?
Yeah, no, these are just like things we just think about, as will you.
Just quick little thoughts.
Yeah, Grace.
All right. Ponder this. Do dog siblings hang out at doggy daycare?
You know what? I have an answer for you.
All right. Let me hear it.
My aunt has 2 pug mixes. They don't look well, but I think that's like their natural appearance of just like ill. But they go to doggy daycare because they're like menaces. They're very nice. They're just active. And I guess the oldest dog who really looks unhealthy, he got like the worst of both breeds of whatever mixed he is. And he is the alpha at doggy daycare. And then his little sibling, his doggy sibling, is by his side at all times and like sleeps on him and will like fight off other dogs if there's like a puppy there who's like being a little bit too much. And I guess the other dogs will do this too. So like Murphy, who's the alpha, will be like sleeping and there'll be like a new dog there who wants to play with him, and the other dogs will be like, "Wow, wow, wow, get away from him!" And Murphy's he's a king, yeah. So those dogs hang out together. I don't know about other dogs, but those doggy siblings hang out at doggy daycare.
Well, thanks for pondering that.
Yeah, I did ponder, and that's just one example. So maybe if other people have dogs that go to doggy daycare, they can tell us about that. Do they hang out together?
I know that Kylie has 2 dogs and she sends them to doggy daycare, and I think they like check in with each other, but I think they act like they don't know each other.
They're
at doggy
like,
daycare.
"What's up? Hey." Oh, that's what
it's like seeing your sibling in the hallway at high school.
I was just about to say that. That's how my brother and I acted.
Yeah, I think it's like that. So I don't know. Just ponder it. Let me know. What are your thoughts?
Ponder this.
All right, Kristin, what should I ponder?
So mine is also dog related. Fun. You know how you get a rope and you play tug of war?
Well, that's just a game. It doesn't have to be dog-based.
Well, I guess I think of it more dog-based, but I guess it could be human-based.
Yes.
Tug of war, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't it be war of tug?
It should be. War of tug. Tug of war.
Tug of war.
The tug of war. Yeah, it sounds kind of Yoda.
It sounds backwards. It should be a war of tug.
Because the tugging is the war.
The tugging is the act. It's the war, like the War of 1812 or whatever. The war of tug,
Yeah. Tug of war.
Tug of war.
I've never really pondered that, but now I will.
Ponder this!
I have, and I will.
That has been Alternative Segment.
Alternative! All right, we're winding down. We always aim for this to be a short show, but it's just as long as normal. 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Awesome.
I'll cut it down.
Just segs.
Just segs. Long segs.
Long segs.
Kama Sutra of segs.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a reference.
We're getting to our last segment. You know what that means.
All right. Pizza secrets. Tell me your secrets. Pizza secrets. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Just like our hobby collectors, we have a group pizza secret.
Yep. A shared secret.
It's a shared pizza secret, a pizza secret where we're both involved.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Sharing secrets, don't tell anyone. Shh.
Sharing the secrets, sharing the laughs.
All right. I don't even know how to get into this pizza secret.
I'll give a quick synopsis and then you can decide
You're
if you
known
want
for a quick synopsis.
Yeah. We stole a chair and brought it to a party and then we left it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Done and done. Okay, this has been Where's the Feather? Okay, bye. You want to give us some background?
All right. So I worked at a summer camp one summer. I was a bit of an older counselor. It was us, like 4 older counselors.
We were like 21 at the time, right?
So
Young 20s.
Before I went to grad school? Maybe 23. 23.
Yeah. Anyway,
it doesn't matter. So I made some friends, Mason and Abby, at camp, and we decided to go kayaking one day. It was like a weekend, and we had this whole plan. So Kristin came with us.
Of course.
Yep. The 4 of us went kayaking. We had a lovely day.
Super fun.
Yeah, that was a great day out on Pine Point. And then we wanted to host a party for all the counselors to have a weekend party, but we didn't have anywhere to throw this party. And for some reason, my sister's ex-boyfriend said that we could have this party at his apartment, which is just like, why?
Why? I don't even know how he got roped into the conversation.
I don't know. I don't know if Lily asked him or what, but he told us we could throw this party at his house. He wouldn't be there. So we're like, okay, I guess if you want to do that.
Which you should never do.
No.
Especially us. Wasn't our last pizza secret about how we ruined someone's house?
Yeah, we
are
always
not
do.
to be trusted. Don't do this.
No, but he did, and that's on him. So we were like, all right, we'll take your apartment for this party, but I still don't like you.
We'll take your apartment and your fun.
Yep. We were getting ready to like drive over to this party, and we found a like floral upholstered sitting chair on the side of the road.
It was
like
free. A beautiful chair.
It was nice. It was beautiful.
It was in good condition.
Yeah.
Except for the free sign that was stapled.
Yeah.
So technically, I guess we didn't steal it because it was free.
It was free. We didn't steal it, and it was on the side of the road. So for some reason, we decided to bring this chair to the party. Yeah. I don't know. We thought it would be funny.
I have no idea where the thought came from, but we were all on board. Like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna get this chair. So it was like a big chair.
We had to like we had a Subaru, right? And we had to drive around with the top, like the hatch open, right?
That's right. Yeah. So we got it into the trunk.
We had no bungee cords.
Yeah.
We just held it in place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We made it there. So
hold on, chair. You're going for a ride.
Yeah. I can't even explain why we decided to do this, but we thought it was funny, and it was. So we brought this chair to this guy's apartment. It was like one of those big apartment complexes.
I've never met that person before, right?
No, I don't know.
That was my first meeting.
He wasn't even there.
He wasn't even there. Yeah.
So we thought it was like his apartment that was empty, and we could come and throw this party. Yeah. We show up. His poor roommate is there.
First of all, people were already there when we showed up. Oh, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Like other counselors.
Yeah. So he told us we could throw this party at his apartment because he wouldn't be there. Forgot to mention that his roommate would be there. He didn't tell his roommate about it.
So rude.
And yeah, the roommate was pissed because why wouldn't you be? Yeah. But we had already, told everyone this is where the party is. So we're like, well, sorry, but we're going to throw this party anyways. Take it up with beep. And we brought this floral chair into the party. We put it in the living room, front and center.
It was a great chair.
Yeah, it was a great chair.
It was pretty clean, not a little bit of dirt.
Yeah, and we just decided
Febreze can't handle.
Yep. And we just decided how funny would it be to just like bring a big piece of furniture as like a party gift.
Oh, don't you bring your own furniture to other people's parties?
Yeah, thanks for hosting us. Here's this armchair.
Here's a huge chair.
So we obviously left it there for him.
Because we went to the bars after. We weren't going to take that to the bars.
No, yeah. So
also, that's his chair. It's a gift.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So we left the armchair, and then he came home the next day to a dirty apartment and an armchair in his living room, and he was not
probably
happy.
A very angry roommate.
Yes.
But that's his fault.
As he should have been.
Oh, yeah.
Who does that?
Who does that? Well, I think there were many mistakes made by that man that day.
Yes. One was inviting us over.
Yes. That was
to begin with.
Number one.
But the party was a ton of fun. I had a great time.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got a parting gift.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
He didn't like the chair.
No.
Yeah. Well,
he didn't like it, but we did, and we thought it was
on
funny.
Him.
And it is funny.
It was a great chair.
Yeah. So when in doubt, bring floral armchair to a party.
Yep. That's Party Advice by Kristin and Grace.
Yes.
The worst.
We are the worst. Once again, we are menaces to society.
This is Pizza Secrets. This is why we should not be invited to parties.
Yes.
Pizza Secrets. Pizza Secrets.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. I think that's it. That's a great pizza secret. I'm glad we got that off our chest.
Yes.
Our collective chest.
Our joined chest. Yes, I think I have a picture of that chair, actually.
Do you?
Of me and Abby sitting in it. Yeah, I'll post that
You
picture.
know what? It was a great chair.
Yeah, it was the talk of the night. People loved it.
People, yeah.
Dirty street chair.
There's probably strangers that we don't know who are like, remember when those girls brought a chair?
To a party for
To a
some
party.
reason?
Scarred some people for life today.
Well,
not today, but actually, yes, today.
yes, you did today with your baby brownie bites or whatever. Brownie baby buggy bumpers.
Hush brownie baby cakes. I can't even get through it. I can't even get through it. Oh man, I'm sorry. Small child that works at Aroma Joe's.
I'm not. All right, that's been our episode.
That's been our episode. Thanks for listening to this segment. No. Thanks for listening to our show of Just Segs.
Yeah.
Next week we will be back, maybe with more content.
Maybe
if the FDA doesn't shut us down.
Oh, they're coming for us.
They're coming for us. They control the podcasts, right?
Yes.
Oh,
that's how I feel. We hope you have a good rest of your week.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you. No,
we don't wish you.
We don't. What do we wish?
I wish that you don't have any extremely embarrassing moments for the rest of the day.
But if you do, write us in at weirdsofafeather@gmail.com.
I cannot be the only person who's continuously doing this to herself or their self.
Let us know the really embarrassing things. Maybe we can make a new segment about embarrassing slip-ups that you've had. Like I remember
embarrassing food order stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, like the time Haley went to order plain pancakes, but she ordered pain cakes. Pain cakes.
So aggressive.
Yeah, tell us your embarrassing slip-ups with stuff like that.
Let's share this burden together.
Yes. And remember, when you do email us, just let us know your relationship and connection to ADHD.
Yep, that'd be helpful for us because we're keeping a tally. No. we're just nosy and we need to know these things.
Yeah. We just want to know. So let us know if you have diagnosed ADHD, suspected ADHD.
Are you an ally?
Yes, you support.
Are you a hater? I'd also like to know that.
Yeah.
If you hate people with neurodivergencies.
But you're listening to our podcast for some reason, you're just fucking hating it the whole time.
You're like, these bitches.
Yeah, if we're not for you, we're really not for you. So stop listening. But write us in. We want to know.
We want to know.
Hate fuels me.
No, I don't want the hate mail. That's
you're right. I'm sensitive.
I'm so sensitive.
But if someone's being ridiculously anti-ADHD, that's kind of entertaining for me.
Well,
because who are you? Who are you?
I'll probably cry about it, but
no one's listening if they don't really like us.
We don't check our emails. No, we do. This is the only email I check. So once again, we are on email at weirdsofafeather@gmail.com. Please email us. Also, make sure to spell weirds right. That's really hard for some people.
W-E. Get a pen. W-E-I-R-D-S. Weirds.
Weirds.
And then of a feather is just,
of a feather
you know how to spell that.
Traditional spelling.
Oh, space, A.
Yeah, no, there's no spaces in our email.
It's an email address. Yes.
Yeah, same with the Instagram handle. It's at Weirds of a Feather. TikTok at Weirds of a Feather. Weirds with the E first.
You sound confident.
I'm pretty sure that's it. I's and E's pretty tricky.
Yep. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts.
Yeah, you can rate stuff on Spotify now, and we would appreciate those ratings.
Yep. 5 stars or nothing. Don't forget.
Yep. Leave us a review because we read them. Now that I know how to read them.
Yeah, we will read them. We will talk to you next week.
Yep.
Good night, David.
Good night, David. Joel, I hope your back's better.
Hope your back's better, Joel.
All right. Really going on that one.
Yeah.